So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started then. So welcome back, everyone, to the Guardian Project podcast. I'm your host, Andy Flory.
And I'm your co-host, Brian, who is the fire in a burn deck.
Oh, I forgot we were still doing that.
Yeah.
Please listen carefully.
Nice intro.
Yeah, this is the podcast where we talk about all things Magic the Gathering. On our agenda this week, we are going to talk about some more 2020 spoilers, a little bit of Arena. We'll talk about news, balancing life and Magic. I think that's what we're talking about this week, right?
Yeah.
So
that's it.
How was your bachelor party weekend? I think you talked about that last week.
That was a fun trip. I don't remember much. From what I do remember, we played a lot of Commander.
We did. I won a game there with Sigarda.
Sigarda, yeah, you sure did. And I got to play Feather for the first time. That was fun till Nick started targeting me, and then I didn't get there.
What did he play? He played Azuri, didn't he? Claw of Progress.
He did, yeah. He made a bunch of big guys, and
we sat at the world's tiniest kitchen table in a camper,
and then we used placemats as our play mats. So.
And that table had I feel like a bajillion cards on it because I was playing tokens with Hepatra, and there was no space on that kitchen table at all.
There sure wasn't.
And then we moved to the picnic.
And then how you guys put the two big guys on the same side, so Nick and I are just muscling each other for room.
I had plenty of room.
Oh, thanks.
I had no spot on my skinny boot. and then we moved outside for the next game because we didn't want to sit at that kitchen table anymore, so we played at a picnic table with the placemat still as our play mats.
And then we started, getting hot and burning because we're all pasty white.
Yes. We were up in Port Austin, and we were on...
Which for the people who aren't from Michigan is the very tip of the thumb.
Yes, when you put your hand up to look at Michigan, it's the very top of the thumb.
Yeah.
And so we were up there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We all got sunburned, and we played some D&D on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
That was, from what I remember.
Brian drank a little bit too much, and then the game ended.
Yeah, and then Brian drank, and the game ended. Moral of the weekend.
Ended. And then... I think to touch base on what I had mentioned last week was that I was starting a financial statistics class. I decided to drop that class. So I am not in class for the summer. I wanted a break for at least 11 more weeks.
Hashtag summer break. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. No, I called the school and said, how much longer do I have in this program? Like, how long do I have until I have to finish these last 3 classes? And I thought, well, should I just finish these now and just bite the bullet? And then I said, no, I don't really want to do this. It's summer. And I feel like my last class ended a week ago. So I'm at a school that does 4 semesters a year, and they're all 11-week semesters. And I feel like they just jam pack everything in so close.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're starting off behind from week 1. And I said, no, we'll pick this back up in the fall.
That's how I feel every time I go into class. I just always fall behind.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing on our agenda this week is 2020 spoilers. I know we talked about them last week, so the entire set is now spoiled. Are there any cards that you are super excited to have seen spoiled, or something that's new that you're excited to use in the future?
You know what? I'm actually really excited for Colossal Hammer, just because like the inner casual from when I started in Mirrodin with the equipments, the first set of equipments. Giving your creature +10/+10 is just absurd, and especially when you have Sigarda's Aid in play. So that's an enchantment that costs 1 white, and it says auras and equipments can be cast as though they had flash, and then whenever you cast an equipment, if it enters the battlefield, you can equip it to target creature. So it's a free, attachment for your creature.
Does Infect want that card?
I think it does, because it's like you play Glistener off on turn 1 and then bonk them for 10 or 11 Infect the next turn.
Can you, I guess, so is Infect going to start playing white? I've seen some decks that have Teferi Time Raveler in it because it's blue. It's Bant now. It's blue-green,
yeah,
but it includes white now. Is that because of, I guess they probably want to play Sigarda's Aid.
Well, they
which
can't-
is shooting up in price now.
I know. It's like $9 now. Casual staple.
40
but
cents
now-
to $9.
Gross.
I actually don't know how much it was beforehand, but I figured it was 40 cents. It wasn't much,
I'm
right?
pretty sure it's sub-dollar rare, like as a bulk rare for a long time.
Nice. I think I'm most there's two cards I'm excited about. One is Tail's End, the new Stifle, one in the blue for counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or legendary spell. So it's just counter commander. Good. I mean, at least the first time it's coming out.
Well, for sure.
And then the second one is that card brought back. I saw Saffron Olive had posted. So it's white to choose 2 permanents that went to your graveyard and return them to the battlefield tapped. So you play a fetch, play a second fetch them both on the turn, play this, get both your fetches back.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
And so that seems really fun on turn 2. I don't know if it's good. It's probably not. But
yeah, there's not like... Is there any commanders that play white that's like a ramp deck?
I think the only ones that count is SRAM. But that's because artifacts.
That's true.
I don't know. Are there any commanders that ramp in white? Does white have good commanders?
SRAM.
I
mean, it's like all hate bear colors, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like Hikori and...
Oh, that's gross. No one plays that. No one should play that. It's destroy lands, right?
Unless you don't like having fun, which if you like you play a Hikori, that corresponds with not having fun.
I mean, at one point,
life.
I played Narset in Light and Master, so I really didn't like having fun either. But
No, you enjoyed
also,
having fun by yourself and everybody just having an audience.
Can I take 12 turns?
Yeah.
Sure, I can. Do you want one?
F6.
Sorry, you can have one in 12 turns.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
I don't know if you'll still be around.
You just point at the person. You can scoop up your cards before he can. I'll let you allow that. That's what Narset says.
Right. And then I think the other thing that I was excited about was just, I think the last one that I want to mention was the Abzan legendary creature, Kethis, the hidden hand. Legendary spells cost 1 less and exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard, and you can cast legendaries from your graveyard. So Super Friends is very excited. Like 5-color Super Friends decks likes that, I think.
Where does hands go?
Where they're hidden. I actually am looking at the card right now and I see both hands, but I had to do a double take.
I don't think the artist really got what they were trying to go for on that.
Should have been like
jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
Is there anything else 2020 spoilers that
you know what makes me really happy that they reprinted the Skylands, because Andy does not like them.
I mean, maybe they'll be better in standard. I mean, to be fair, I think everybody hated on them when Theros came out, and then they're like, oh, these are a lot better than we thought they were going to be.
They're not Shocklands, that's why people hated them.
They're not from Ravnica.
It's true.
Oh, speaking of coming from Ravnica, well, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but we'll circle back to Ravnica stuff in the news because the new San Diego Comic-Con spoilers are out.
Oh,
so that was excited because it does.
Those are thick.
Yeah, it does relate to Ravnica. So Arena this week was, I guess up till I think it's this Friday, maybe next Friday, is the event for the Block Constructed. So I finished mine. I played blue-white control. I played with emergency powers, and that card's real good with Narset Part of the Veils. Yeah, at one point I was at 2 life, and I got emergency powers, got to drop an Ugin, play a Teferi, and then bounce all their stuff when I had a Narset Part of Veils out, and they scooped.
That card is stupid busted. The fact that it's still on. It's only because Jace was in the set. If you know.
Which card is busted?
I'm sorry, Narset is busted.
She's really good.
Yeah. I think she should have been a rare, but they also had to put Jace in the set, so he's auto rare. I mean, this is the first time he's not been a mythic, so... But he might not be the poster boy moving forward because, as we mentioned last week, it looks like Chandra might be the poster child for a little bit. I mean, at least from MTG 20. Yeah. Jace has kind of had his time, I guess. Yeah.
I think, okay, so the other thing in Arena news, there's a code released this week. You get 3 free mythics by putting in the code Mythic Magic. I've seen some people online get some really cool stuff. They got like 3 Planeswalkers or some really cool stuff. I did not. I got crappy things. I don't know what they are. I would never play with them, whatever it was.
Yeah,
that
I got like the white finale, I think. Blech.
Oh, I did get the black finale. I mean, I still won't play with that. I don't generally play those
I like
colors.
the art.
Oh, the art's cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't get anything cool. But I've seen some people online that got like 3 walkers. Oh, I wish I had gotten that one. I did not though. So I finished that. I played against a lot of Oops All Gates decks in the Black Constructed.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. A lot of gates.
There was a game that I played. So I played blue-white, like I said, blue-white control. I played against a deck where it had the Guild Summit and just kept drawing so many cards. And then it played that white creature that when it comes in, you gain, is it 1 life or 2 life for each gate you control?
2 life, yeah.
2 life.
Yep.
And they played 4 of those and they were at like 170 life. And I was like, I don't think I can come back from this. I really don't. But I said, I'm not going to give up. And I ended up to Fairy Time Raveler into instant speed time wipe 4 times. And then I was able to play the card. It's the fuse. It's not fuse because fuse was the old split cards. Yep. It was the split card that made the 4/4 Sphinx, and then the split card that makes the 2/1/1 Thopters, and you gain a life for each creature you control. And I ended up swinging in for like 5 for what felt like a bajillion turns, but I ended up winning that game off of emergency powers. I would have been really upset had I been the person playing Oops All Gates, but it felt really good winning with blue-white control.
Yeah, but they shouldn't feel bad. They had 4 gain, 20 life or whatever it is.
They had at one of them, they had to have had at least like 18 gates out. There was no way they had any less than that. And when I saw their life shoot up, I was like, well, this is it. But then they had nothing to follow up with. But I will tell you that Gate Colossus is horrendous to play against because it goes back on top of your library whenever you play a gate, and they're playing all gates. And so when I time wipe 4 of them go back to the top of the library. And then with Guild Summit, they draw a bunch of cards. And so they kept drawing the 4 and then casting them for free because they cost 1 less for each gate. And I said, well, this is happening. And I ran into that deck like 3 or 4 times.
I miss playing against that deck with Mono Blue, and Mono Blue Tempo is like top tier deck because it's like you play 1 creature on turn 1 and they're like, okay, we're done.
I think that deck's still good though.
It's still fine. It's just has an awkward placement because like all the decks that it was good against aren't just like they're not good right now.
No,
it was good against like Simic Nexus and.
But that just won. Didn't that just win Mythic Championship 3?
I'm not. Oh, yes, it did. Yeah, but that's not
the showing at the event itself was different than what you normally run into.
If it's like 50% Simic Nexus, then I'm just leaving up Mono Blue. Anything else, I'm like, I'm not going.
I think Mono Red made the top there as well.
That's not a good matchup.
And then there were 4 Esper decks. I think 2 Esper Hero, and there were also 2, I guess top 8 at least, and then 2 Esper Control. But the Esper Hero deck is
very fun. Destroy
hero or lose.
Correct.
So if I don't have a cast down, I'm probably going to lose.
Correct.
So let's see. The next thing is balancing work life and Magic, or just life and Magic in general. I know that this is something that you wanted to talk about this week because you used to play a lot more than you do now.
Yeah, like I used to play at least 2 different LGSs, like 2 or 3 times a week.
And this was modern, right? Or was this what were you playing?
Just like whatever, just mostly modern because it's like my favorite format. But modern, standard, and then. Come May of last year, we just like Angela's like my fiance was like, hey, let's buy a house, and I was like, okay. And then just kind of from there, we going through the home buying process and anxiety and many monies later when we bought a house, and we spent the last 6 months or so. We're also planning a wedding come in September, so it's like. Trying to work in playtime is very difficult, and especially how you also have to work in family time and work. It's it's not an easy thing.
Right. I think so. I play on Monday nights because it's convenient and I'm not out too late. And then I don't generally get to play on Fridays anymore. I used to try and go to F&M every week, but I don't make it out to it generally. And then I play Commander on Sundays. I'm really only playing Commander right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've designated myself to play is Commander, just because you guys play it, and trying to get out on Friday or Thursday like I used to is very difficult.
I do want to start playing Standard again. I did play Standard for a while. I was playing the red-green... I was playing Gruul Aggro. And that was fun for a little bit.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good deck.
Rekindling Phoenixes and stuff. And then I sold out of that because I said, well, I think I'd rather play Standard on Arena.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. And then... I don't know.
So I recently just sold my fetch land, my green-black, the Verdant Catacombs, and black-red, the Bloodstained Miners, to a friend because he actually just got his collection stolen. And I'm out of the game. They're borderline out of the game as far as playing competitively. So I was like, I'll give you a good deal. It's better than me buy listing these. So I gave him a good price on those, and helps pay for part of what my obligation is to the wedding. So
you're not playing Jen anymore, clearly.
No, not
Is
Jen.
Tarmogoyf good anymore anyway?
He's still a big old beat stick. He's not as good as he used to, and there's like literally you could only play like 4 creatures. If you weren't playing Snapcaster Mage, Tarmogoyf, or Bob, then like why are you playing Modern? But now you can actually play Modern Horizons did a lot, and War of the Spark did a lot for the format. It's like very wide open right now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I know people were saying that it was stale for a while. I don't know if that's true. I didn't really follow Modern a ton. I play primarily Standard and Commander.
Yeah, Modern was it was kind of closing in. It was like the same. You'd probably play the same like 4 decks every week, but now it's something different and it's very fast and fun format.
I saw online a Modern mono white Persist Infinite combo deck posted recently. It plays Solemnity, but it also plays Anafenza Kintree Spirit to bolster off of.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Anafenza is seeing a ton of play right now because there's a green white, or maybe it doesn't play that. Sorry, go on.
It plays Kitchen Finks.
Okay.
But there was a new card. There was a new card that cares about all this. There's a reason why mono white Persist is the thing. What is the card that's making this? So I found the mono white Persist combo. Okay, so it uses Altar of Dementia. So they now have a sack outlet.
I'm gonna get dementia. It's starting to come alive.
Oh, you got me.
The neurons are firing.
Oh, on all cylinders.
All 3 of them.
That's a car thing, right? Firing on all cylinders.
I think so. Maybe a boat.
I don't think it's a boat.
A plane.
It's not that either. But
Here comes Superman.
I was gonna say that before you, and I didn't get there.
Too slow. You lose.
I lose.
You lose.
So
that's what this little 12-year-old used to tell me at F&M. He's like, you lose.
Were you also 12, and was it you?
Yeah, and well, yes. I was looking in the mirror. You lose.
So the deck uses Altar of Dementia as a sack outlet. So it says it. So it uses just Persist creatures. So Kitchen Finks, Safe Hold Elite, and then I've never seen. Oh, there's a new one. Is this new? Lesser Manticore. Is that a reprint?
It's like a functional reprint of just actual Chromanticore.
No, this is 2. It costs 2 and it's colorless. Isn't Chromanticore like 5 color? Bestow or something like that.
It's lesser brother.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this has Persist, so basically it just uses an infinite combo to mill your opponent by using Solemnity to not get any counters. Or if you don't have that, you can use Anafenza Kintree Spirit when they come back in, you bolster. So you choose the creature with the least toughness among all the creatures you control, which is likely the one that had the minus counter, come back in on it. And you put a plus counter on it, which negates them, and then you can just keep going.
If I were sitting down across from Anafenza, the Kintree, and then Kitchen Finks, I would not expect to get milled out.
I would
have been like, I would just like straight up look at my opponent and be like, you bamboozled me. I've been hoodwinked. Run amok.
Couldn't this happen on turn 3? I mean, or maybe turn 4, right? So you could play
anything.
You could play Anafenza Kintree Spirit on turn 2. On turn 3, play Safe Hold Elite, and then. So turn 4, Altar of Dementia, and then just go, right? That's as easy as it is.
Button pushed, yeah, combo.
And then
combo.
And then it also uses potentially Blasting Station, but that's sack a creature. It deals 1 damage to target creature player. Whenever a creature comes into play, untap it. Oh, so I guess that's infinite as well.
Yeah, it's infinite Persist.
That's infinite with Persist.
Yeah.
Oh, so now it just has a second sack outlet, which is
Right.
maybe all the deck was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is good, but the deck is like $100. I mean, I'd build that to try it out. And I think I have the Anafenzas. And when I'm looking at the cost of this, a lot of the cards some are 50 cents, some are $2 for a play set of them. So it's
Is this a Saffron Olive deck?
it is.
So
So
you might want to get on that like now because it's probably gonna spike tomorrow.
yeah, right. It uses Thraben Inspector, Lesser Manticore, Kitchen Finks.
Thraben Inspector coming back, huh? Popper All-Star.
It does have snow-covered plains only, so it can use the card on thin ice, which
is that the
Enchantaland. You can. It's the new Chain to the Rocks, for snow. It's the snow Chain to the Rocks, right? So exile target creature an opponent controls until this leaves. And who plays Enchantment Destroy in Modern? Is that a thing? I hope it's not.
I mean, besides like the usual Assassin's Trophy, I guess the old AT.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you know me.
I didn't know that was played in Modern. Is it?
Assassin's Trophy?
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
In what deck?
John, the one that I just sold.
Oh, the one that we won't be playing.
Yeah.
So we can't speak to that anymore.
I don't. I mean, I have the spells. I just don't have the lands. Can't play Modern now.
Right. I think the other. No. So we need to move on to the next topic.
Which is
In the news.
in the news.
In the
Beep
news.
beep 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 beep.
San Diego Comic-Con spoilers.
Ooh.
So
you said something about that earlier.
I
It's already been
did.
spoiled.
Right. So I'm really excited. So it is the return of the God Eternals.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Back
God Eternals.
again.
God Eternals.
We're in Detroit, so Eminem is played all the time. So I feel like my cousins who live out of state are like, "You have
Who dat?
Eminem on the radio still?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yes,
Yeah,
it's always on the radio."
We get the Eminem show still played like.
Although I love it though.
Well, yeah.
Maybe the way that I said that a second ago sounded like I was disappointed, but I'm not actually.
Did come off a little disappointing.
I do. And what's that song where he raps really fast and no one actually knows any of the words, but it's really great?
Like all of them.
Not his old
Or
stuff.
are you talking about Rap God?
Yeah.
Where it's
I
like
always
most-
crank that part and I'm like, I don't know any of the words here except for the part when he starts talking about an elevator, and then I'm kind of back on board because it's slow enough at that point.
Like him rapping is me like trying to process a sentence, like saying it out loud.
Yeah,
It's
like your
the-
intro from last week.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
So the spoilers are the 4 God Eternals and the Nicol Bolas Dragon God, but it's them. It's like an inverted artwork, so it's actually them, but it's mostly just views of Ravnica as the artwork.
As viewed from their perspective.
I guess.
Art. Hashtag art.
Hashtag art. No, I think of the 5 of them, I like God Eternal Aronis the most because it's got like the Vitu-Ghazi just like chilling in the background.
Right.
So that was exciting. I don't know the rest of them are obviously.
God Eternals.
Well, the God Eternal Ketra has Parhelion in it, but I think
Wait,
some
did
of
you
them
say
are.
Howie Mendel?
Yes.
If Howie Mendel was on a Magic card, I'd be so happy.
He wouldn't shake your hand though.
Probably not.
I think he's a germaphobe.
He is a little bit. He is a lot, actually.
Is he really?
Yeah. That's why I shaved his head. If you look at pictures of him
Really?
Yeah,
What was he afraid of by having hair?
germs.
What germs are going to get in your hair?
Hair
The
germs.
same amount that's going to get on your bald skin.
Yeah. I'm sure there's
Right?
a process. We don't understand it. Howie Mandel transcends
You know
all
what?
thought.
I don't know how. We should, going forward, we're going to have to do updates on Howie Mandel. We're going to have to like circle back every couple of weeks and be like, what's going on with Howie Mandel?
What's going on with AGT?
All right, I'm going to expect you every couple of weeks to like look him up and see what we can talk about now. When it comes
Howie
to
Mandel in the news.
Howie Mandel in the news.
Hashtag Howie.
Is he still doing America's Got Talent?
Yeah, I actually just watched that for the first time on Sunday. That was
For the
fun.
first time? That show's been out for like 20 years.
Yeah, well.
Where have you been?
I'm only 19 years old, so. That's a lie. I'm 30 years old.
Yeah, I was like, you're older than I
I'm
am.
this many years old, and I found out that.
You don't have 30 fingers to hold up.
No,
You
I
can't
don't-
even
I
do it
only
with
have-
fingers and toes.
I only have 20 phalanges.
That's true. Did you know that there's an MCQ coming up that's sponsored by Red Bull?
No.
I want to go just for the Red Bull.
Of course you do.
And it says that they're partnering with Wizards, sponsoring 4 Mythic Championship qualifiers for the upcoming championship. Is VI 5 or is that 6?
That would be 6.
6. Championship 6 in Richmond, Virginia. So apparently there were a lot of applicants for the 1,024 seats. But it's sponsored by Red Bull, right? So you assume they're going to have Red Bull all over the place, right?
Yeah, they'll probably have it in like those like
the little fridges
carts.
all over.
Yeah.
I want to go just for that. I love Red Bull.
Does it give you wings?
My dad has literally called me 4 times. He wants my Hulu password, like now.
Can we leave this in? Like, seriously?
You can. Hold on. Nick needs to send that to you.
I'm busy, Dad. You're calling me at my place of work.
I actually don't know it.
Curse those parents asking for Hulu passwords.
I know.
Didn't your dad pay you to get no ads for Hulu?
He did. He gave us, it was $2 extra per month. So he gave us $24 cash and said, can you please upgrade that to no commercials? I don't want to see them anymore.
The legendary Timothy.
He did. It was great. Actually, so I cut cable. I don't have TV. So I pretty much watch Netflix, Hulu. I get my news on Facebook. No, I'm kidding. I don't. That's really bad. Don't do that. You need to fact check things.
You need to go to Yahoo. Did you know that Yahoo has news?
Did you know Bing.com is still a thing?
I did.
Who uses that? You use that, producer Ryan?
I do, because you can download images off of it, and you cannot download images off of Google Images.
Really?
Well, no, I think that's kind of true and kind of not true. So Bing makes it easier for...
I do it all the time for work.
Bing makes it easier to use free use, and like you can find them, but I don't think Google has that sophistication, right?
Google
Or
is
can you...
protecting people's images where Bing doesn't, and I steal them.
But you're only stealing the ones that are free to use. You're not really stealing them.
You know, whether or not they're free to use is, up to someone else.
What do you got going on outside magic?
So I have my wedding shower bridal shower, excuse me.
Are you going to that?
Yeah, I have to be stuck in the back in a box of oranges.
What?
I don't know. That was the best analogy I could come up with. You put me on the spot. I'm sorry. I don't.
You're
do
just
well.
going to sit there as eye candy, essentially. But you get
No,
to open
I
gifts
know.
at the end, right? Or no?
Yeah, I get to do that, and then I get to be, photographed. That makes me uncomfortable.
But you're going to get a lot of gifts.
I hope so, but I have to sit in the back. I'm not allowed outside. I can't have contact. I'm gonna be in a box probably.
Did you put up your wedding registry? Where'd you guys register at for all your goodies?
Target and Bed Bath & Beyond.
Did you ask for a blender?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. We got
we didn't buy you that, but I did.
You're uninvited.
Can I win you the free blender from Dave & Buster's with
Please
using
go.
80,000 coupons? There's always a blender there that
Bring
says
your coops.
D&B.
D&B.
D&B
But not.
with your blender. I think we have a Dave & Buster's blender at home. I think Nick was really excited that we have a Dave & Buster's blender.
I think I remember that because we went.
It was probably his.
Yeah, it was his birthday, right?
And I think that was the best purchase that we've ever had from coupons at a game place. Because who keeps those gifts? We do. If you want a margarita, you can thank Dave & Buster's.
This margarita is sponsored by D&B.
By D&B. Are Jordan almonds served at both weddings and at bridal showers? Because that's my favorite part of weddings. Eating all the Jordan almonds, and then all the people who leave their table and leave all their Jordan almonds there, I like to take their little bag of Jordan almonds. Oh, they're so good. And then your mouth hurts at the end because they're so hard to chew.
That's what she said.
Got him.
Got him.
This week I think we're going to try to finish working on our deck. We were building a pergola in the backyard, and I think and we have a birthday party for a family member, so we're going over to a family member's house to swim, I think, and just hang out and have a barbecue or something. So that's what we're doing this weekend.
Man, that sounds infinitely better than sitting in the back room somewhere
Yep.
waiting to be brought out like a circus bear.
Yeah. So you can find me on Twitter at ATFlory.
And you can find me on Twitter at Bullaby1989.
Thanks for joining, and we will talk to you next week.
See ya, losers.
We shouldn't refer to our listeners as losers.
Winners.
Winners.
Winning.
We'll just cut that loser part out because we don't want to say that. That's mean.